Hi everybody, we are here again, and I'm glad to introduce you today Beckie Kiefer. She's a very interesting person. You will know her right away. Beckie, thank you for coming. Thank you for being with us. And the first question I always do to everyone is, who are you? When and where were you born?
Okay, I'm actually from Birmingham, Alabama, and I grew up in Birmingham until I was about 15 years old, and then I moved to Connecticut for a few years, then New York City, where I met Bill, my husband, and we moved out to Los Angeles in 2004.
We know you are a happy wife for Bill. Tell us about Bill. How did you met?
Okay, so Bill and I met in New York City. When we actually met for the first time, I was just 17, right out of high school, but we were just acquaintances. We didn't date or anything. Then we would run into each other regularly on the streets of New York or at a mutual friend's place. And in 2001, we started dating, and it was one of those when we finally sat down and actually had like real conversation. We were like, oh, this is a thing. Like this is serious. And I basically like never left. So we've been together ever since.
Okay.
Yeah, we're coming up on 20 years together dating, and yeah.
Oh. And then after that, the family started growing. You are mother of 3 girls.
Yes.
Tell us something about your girls.
Oh, we do have 3 girls. Callie is 14, Michaela is now 10, and little Avery is 3. Callie actually got baptized here. The reason why we ended up finding St. Nicholas in 2008 was because she was already 2, and I was looking for a church home and a place to get her baptized. And when we came and visited, it was a really nice, what's the word I'm looking for, compromise between how I was raised and how Bill was raised. So it was a nice little balance between like a Catholic church, and I grew up Episcopalian, but lighter Episcopalian. So this was a really nice compromise for us, and we've been here ever since.
Good, very good.
Yeah. What
do you do for living?
So right now, I wear many hats, Padre Vladimir.
I know that. You don't have to tell me.
Oh man, when we moved out here, I was strictly dancing and acting, and the industry has obviously changed a lot since we moved here in 2004. So I was very blessed with meeting someone who's now a very dear friend of mine in 2005, dancing in a show that he produced, and as the industry started to change and I started to look for something else to do, he has a design and production company. It was just him, and then he's like, come work, let's like do projects with me. So now I work in the theme park world. So we do concepts, rides, attractions, live events all over the world. And we've actually been very lucky because we've been working all throughout this craziness. And also my husband and I, we opened a business during COVID. So we are also doing Lux Biotherapy. It's red light therapy. We have an office on Reseda Boulevard. It's beautiful. And it's actually going pretty well. So we feel very, very blessed. Yeah.
Good to hear that. And also you are an actress, right?
Yes.
What's your portfolio?
What, like some of the things I've done? Oh, it's been a minute though. I really haven't done too much recently. I used to do a ton of commercials. I used to do lots of TV commercials. And some of my other highlights were a few movies. I did Material Girls with like Hilary Duff, and I was on the show House. I had a little guest star on the show House, and I got to dance in the opening credits of Crazy Ex-Girlfriend. And I also did Wet Hot American Summer First Day of Camp, which was the revised one that aired, I think 2 or 3 years ago. So that's just kind of like the highlights. Those are some of my most memorable and fun ones.
Yeah.
Okay. She's unreachable by phone, and the neighbor's never even seen her.
You think?
He's gay.
Well, thank you. Please, I've seen a lot of very talented candidates. Had a tough decision in the last few days.
Honey, I have to go.
How long will you be gone?
As long as it takes. For me to walk to the car, drive to Wendy's, walk back to you.
I'll be waiting.
Where's she going? The Super Bowl prom party?
I was so relieved when I saw my model come down the runway. It was exactly what I wanted.
My model looked great. God, I hate Blaine. I just wish I wasn't so damn attracted to him.
Abby might not be a real mom, but she's a real mother.
Yeah.
Whose do I have around here to get my daughter a solo?
Sure. It's the same thing every week, Donnie. When someone's stalking you or someone just happened to end up in the backseat of your car naked. I'm so over this. I really am.
Hey, Donnie.
Yeah.
You gonna come to practice? You can make out with your girlfriend all day.
And it's not just that. It's everything.
What's wrong with you? He's harmless. You should apologize to him.
Just don't talk. I like you better when you don't speak.
Get off me.
What's the matter with you? You're a bitch.
Oh my god. It's Barry! Ow! Yes. Can we go get it? Getting all bitten up.
Why are you up one junk like that?
Are you kidding me? Harry, make him take me home. I'm freezing. Pervert.
So you are a very, very versatile person because you are a woman, you are a wife, you are a mother, you are an actress, you are an own business. What else you are?
What else?
Right now, let me tell you guys, here in St. Nicholas Church, Becky is our principal singer. She sings in the English masses every Saturday. Usually it's on Sunday. It's weird to find people that always is available to sing during the masses. So I want to thank you for that.
Thank you. That was really scary for me because I'm not a professional singer, but I had vocal training, so I know how to sing. I just wasn't a singer. So that took a lot. Father Michael asked if I would step up when Annette left and keep singing, and I was like, what, by myself? Oh my goodness. So I'm happy that I can share God's gift with everybody.
And also Becky, she speaks some Spanish. She understands everything. I remember last year during the COVID, we had a mass with no Latino people. And we need someone to read the second reading in Spanish, and she did it, and you did it, and you did it so well. All right.
Appreciate it.
Becky, when did you arrive to St. Nicholas Church?
We came in 2008.
2008.
Yep.
It means 12 years, almost 13
Yes.
years. Yeah? How did you find this church? I mean, not physically, but the mood of the church.
So it's changed a lot. When I was here, Father Steppenger was here, and so things were so things were a little different when I arrived. But Nikki's been here since I've gotten here, and Corrine and Michael and several others who have just been here through the whole time. And when Father Steppenger left, it was having Father Michael come in was so great. Like, just really, really enjoy his energy, and then having you come in too after Father Berg, it was amazing. But yeah, when we first came, it was still a very warm and inviting atmosphere, and accepting, and people wanted to get to know us and who were we. So it was nice. That's why we stayed.
Got it. Right in this moment, what do you like most about the parish?
Small but mighty. Small but mighty. It really does sadden me to see how in-person has dropped off, and this is before COVID. How we just, I don't know, it makes me really sad. I feel like the ministry work that we're doing here is beautiful and completely relevant and should be shared, and yet we still have problems getting numbers up or even bringing friends in. And I wish that we had a larger congregation, but the people that are here are very special.
I didn't do this question yet to anyone.
Okay.
What means Jesus for you?
This is a great question. So starting in the beginning of January, well, actually into December, my sister gave me for Christmas a devotional to read at the dinner table. Mm-hmm. So we try to have dinner, all 5 of us, almost every night right now because of COVID. But sometimes things come up. But we sit around the table and we discuss this devotional every night with a different topic and different questions. And something like this came up just the other night. And we were saying, or I'm saying, Jesus to me is a friend, a teacher, someone you can lean on, someone you can put your worries to, someone who inspires you, and someone who loves you unconditionally. And there's not enough of that in the world right now, that's for sure. So, like I said, we talk about this around the table, and I think one of the beautiful things was each of the kids saying something to that effect, or about love, or about how he just gives you hope, and I think that's so important.
Yeah, and I think it's interesting that you being in a very special world of business, of actresses, etc., you had your heart in Jesus. You put your heart in Jesus.
Yes.
Because it's very easy to
get caught up.
Yeah, to get up.
Yeah.
To lose in that kind of war, right?
It is. Yeah.
And by the way, why is important for us to be a member of a parish?
Community. I think something that you don't get to often anymore. I mean, there's even studies done on people that live in neighborhoods. They don't know their neighbors. And that used to never be the case. You would go say hi to the neighbor that just moved in and say here's some cookies or whatever, but people don't do that anymore. I think we've become a very singular society. It's all about me. I'm by myself. I've got my blinders on. And one of the things I love about a parish is community. You get to know people outside of your bubble. You get to experience different cultures or different. I mean, usually your points of view are probably pretty similar when you're at a church for a certain faith, but it just allows you to broaden your horizons, and I think people need more of that. Yeah. I always say people should travel. If you travel, you understand people so much better instead of being stuck in your little world, and this kind of feels like that.
What places have you been in the world?
Oh, my goodness. I've been a lot to Asia. I've traveled to China, I don't even know how many times. Beijing, Hong Kong, Shanghai, Guangzhou, Zhuhai, Macau, all over China.
Wuhan.
No, I've not been to
Wuhan.
I have not been to Wuhan. And then I've been to Indonesia a few times.
Okay.
I've also been over into Europe, been to Belgium and Holland.
Any place in Latin America?
No, I've never been. I have not. Nope.
So you should.
I know. Yeah, it's on my list.
But you feel comfortable with Latino people in our parish?
Yeah.
Okay, that's very important. What lesson did you learn during this COVID, during this pandemic?
Slow down. For sure.
That's very, very important. Yeah.
Slow down. Our lives with those kids and work, we hardly ever stopped. So it was kind of nice at the beginning where everything did stop for you to take a breath and say, okay, like these are things that are really important to me. These are things maybe we should keep doing when things go back to normal. Slow down, especially for me.
More
Because
time
Bill's
with
always like,
family.
why can't you say no? And I'm like, I don't know.
We noticed that you always have a good support with Bill, right?
Yes.
And we love your family. Your family is really, really nice, really, really beautiful family.
Thank you.
And Becky, we also appreciate your ministry of singing in this parish. You also have been a vestry member. I don't know how many times, but
Twice now.
twice now. Yeah. By the way, right now you are a vestry member.
Correct.
So we thank you for your presence in this parish. We pray for your family, and we thank for all the blessing that God is giving to you and your family every day. Becky, thank you so much for being with us. Thank you, Becky. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you guys.